Facebook. It's been a while. Anyhow, I wanted to come on here live. I watched recently a clip of an interview between Russell Brand and Brené Brown where they talk about are people always doing the best that they can. And if you've been following me over on my other page on Confident Dreaming, you know that we've been diving into the 4 agreements, and this week happens to be always do your best. That's the 4th and final agreement of the 4 agreements. And wow, I love when synchronicity happens like that. This little juicy bit of interview, which I will post in the comments below, really got me thinking, and it really tied into everything I've been talking about for the last month. Sorry, my nose is just fine. Anyhow, are people in general, maybe not the people in your circle, just are people doing the best that they can out there? And it is so easy. Gut reaction was like, no. Gut reaction is always no. I am in the service industry. I have spent many days recently between volunteering and work serving others. And it is what I am meant to do. And I love being in this industry, but it comes with challenges, and it comes with why. Sometimes you have these thoughts, why are people so dumb? Or when you get cut off in traffic. That's why I get a little hot under the collar as well. And it's like, and you get so frustrated at other people. So when you get asked, are people doing the best that they can? Flat out, no way, right? There is no way people are doing the best that they can. But they are. We hold people to the standards and what our truths are. We don't know how they were raised, what they're going through. We may know, maybe there's someone in your household, and we know what they're going through because we're living it too, right? We are with them. And we don't know. Right? We don't know what's going on in their thoughts because we don't want to be judged. Yet we judge others like that. They're not doing the best they can. I know what they've gone through. I know they can do better. But what about that day? You know, in this book, The 4 Agreements, it talks about doing the best you can every day. And sometimes that best isn't very good because we don't have much to give. There are days that we are down, and our best is not our best. Oh my God. I haven't cried in a while. But our best is our best for that day, and we don't want to be judged on a bad day. You know, we judge others so quick. So since I've watched that interview again that I'll post below, when somebody annoys me, which does happen frequently, as I said, in the service industry, that's so easy. Or if somebody frustrates me by their choices, and it doesn't really affect me, but I say to myself, they're doing the best that they can. And when I do that, I have more grace, and I have more compassion, and that's the key. The interview was also about Brené Brown's study, was that, and I think this might be leading up to her new book. I don't think it was in the current book, but I'm not 100% sure. In her new study, or in this study, she showed that people that were most compassionate also had the strongest boundaries. So they knew, like, what was and was not good for them. And if it was outside of that, they still had compassion in recognizing that people are doing the best that they can. So if you tell yourself when that person annoys you, they're doing the best that they can, you do give grace. Now that is, and grace is defined as unearned forgiveness, and forgiveness is for you. I do want to make that clear because, like I said, it was the people with the strongest boundaries had the most compassion because they're able to forgive. But they also know with their boundaries that forgiveness doesn't mean that person can keep doing that thing to you, or that you allow them in your life, or that they need to be a part of it, because forgiveness is for peace in your heart, and forgiveness is a way to really live free and joyfully, in my opinion, and it is so powerful for the forgiver. And you actually don't have to talk to the person that needs that forgiveness. It's just something you do, and when it becomes a practice, you are able to live a more peaceful life. But I want you to think about that. Watch the clip below and really think about every time somebody annoys you, which could be many times a day, depends on the day. You tell yourself they're doing the best that they can. And, it is freeing. I will say. And if you haven't read the 4 Agreements, you can go over to my page at Confident Dreaming and watch my talks on them, or pick up the book and read it, because it is be impeccable with your word is agreement number 1, and that's not gossiping about anybody or speaking ill of yourself as well, which is one of the harder things to do. I hear that all the time. People talk about how stupid they are. Shocking, honestly, how much people say it. Agreement number 2 is don't take anything personally, which, again, if everybody's doing the best that they can, there's nothing to take personally. Don't make assumptions. We're not even going to say we're assuming that they're doing the best that they can. They just are. So we're not assuming good, we're not assuming bad. Just don't make assumptions. Find clarity. And today's 4th agreement that I talked about was always do your best. So if you're always doing your best, chances are that other person is too. Hope you have a wonderful week.